Well, welcome to another edition of the Denny Artachi Show. I have a very special guest today, Miss September Aubrie, a mental health specialist. How you doing today? Good?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Don't be too shy, okay? So, I have you on the show for a couple reasons. I think you're an interesting person. We're Facebook friends. You have a master's degree in mental health management, is it?
Mental health counseling. I'm a LMHC, licensed mental health counselor.
Yeah, a lot of people need your services right now, especially in the political arena, which we don't really get into on this show. But, mental health has been a passion of mine. I always try and live a good, healthy, clean life. Sometimes it's difficult with all that's out there. And man, this world is just getting, dare I say, more batshit crazy by the nanosecond. So I think what you all do is very important. So besides that, folks, besides having a bachelor's in psychology and a master's degree, you're also a scuba diver, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
just got certified. It's so much fun.
I bet it is. You also are doing Thai kickboxing.
Muay Thai. Yep.
Muay Thai, okay. That comes in handy in case the date doesn't go well, right? And you're also a single mom. How many kids you have?
I have three.
Three kids. And they range from age 6 to,
I have a 6-year-old, she'll soon be 15, and a 20-year-old. So that makes me 26.
and it makes you a superhero because single moms, while you're working, I don't know how you do it. I just don't. So the center that you run is in Delray Beach, right? What is it called? The Delray.
So I'm the director of outreach for the Delray Center for Healing in Delray Beach, Florida. We also have a location in Jacksonville and Boca.
Okay, so people can go there if they have insurance, but you also take patients that do not have insurance, correct?
Yes, we take Medicaid, Medicare, all the major insurances. And if you don't have insurance, we can offer a low cash rate of $89 for the first visit and $49 follow-ups, which is cheaper than some copays.
I mean, people spend that much in happy hour. I mean, so the first session for the $89, it's an assessment basically, and what is it, usually like an hour long?
It's 45 minutes, and it's an evaluation, so you can come in and tell the doctor the medications you're taking or not taking, how you feel, your symptoms, your history, and they will give you their best opinion of what you should do.
So it's for people that are substance abusers or just are either severely depressed or deal with anxiety issues. I mean, what type of patients go to your center?
Everybody comes to us with any kind of mental health issue. People who are having trouble sleeping,
Okay.
people struggling with addiction. We treat adolescents and adults, so all ages. And basically, if you find yourself struggling in one area or another,
It's hard because, you can try and with it naturally, but if you have a chemical imbalance, it's kind of hard to say, hey, starting right now, I'm going to be happy for the rest of my life. So I guess that's part of the evaluation, right? Is it really a chemical imbalance or is it a personality disorder, which kind of is a chemical imbalance, right?
It's all different for everybody. Yeah, some people have chemical imbalances. Some people have different mental health issues. Some people have an issue like grief. If you just lost a loved one, you don't have a mental health disorder, but you are struggling. You're going through grief, and we offer counseling. So there's different things that can happen throughout your life that would cause you to seek help.
I don't know why people, there's a stigmatism that, oh my God, if you go get help for your mental problems, you're nuts. No, there's no shame in that. I don't understand it. If you have diabetes, you go to a doctor. If you break a bone, you see a doctor. Why do you think so many people are reluctant to get help, with these kind of things?
It's a lot of different reasons. People don't want to have to take medication. Some people are embarrassed by what they're struggling with, or they're trying to keep it a secret. They don't want their job to know. They're scared they'll lose their job. Everyone has their own reason why.
But there is no shame. I mean, if we all struggle. I've struggled for years with different things because of what I do for a living. I mean, I manage money for a living. Not everyone's always in a great mood. I play music. I'm out there. And we have more in common than differences, and there's no shame in getting help. Question, it goes down to $49, and that session alone, how long is that session typically?
So that would be follow-up psychiatric appointments. We also offer other services. We have counseling, brain scans, TMS therapy, ketamine infusions. We have a full gym. We have a yoga studio, PHP, IOP, DBT, skills groups. We have so much there. Everything.
You have a gym?
Yes. Yes.
Like weights, Stairmasters, and all that stuff?
We bring in personal trainers. So in our gym, we also have temperature therapy, which is the infrared sauna and the cold plunge. We have red light therapy.
Yeah, that cold plunge. I don't know if I want to do that. I know some people at my gym, they say after they work out, it's really good for the muscles, but isn't the water like 33 degrees, just 1 degree above freezing?
It is definitely very cold. I think they say that you should stay in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. Too long for me. So does that calm people down?
It has a lot of different healing properties. It's really good for your muscles. It's really good for your neurotransmitters.
Okay.
It does a lot of different things.
Now, to show that I do like the topic and subject, I've mentored students for many years. I'm giving you this gift here. This just came out, it went live on Amazon. I published a book, Thoughts to Live By, which is a newer edition of something I wrote years ago. And it's the hope that people can live a happier, more peaceful life. And I'm going to start with myself first. Work on the inside, and then the outside, everything kind of falls into place. I can tell you that I've lost about 20 pounds. I'm feeling better about things. I'm watching my diet, which really helps because I love chicken wings and pizza, but I can't eat that every day. And so some of the topics I think are very relevant about being happy, expectations, having faith, and stuff like that. You know, one part of society that really needs help, I think, are kids growing up. I think social media has really kind of screwed them up, where they probably have unrealistic expectations. You also see a lot of younger kids in your facility as well, don't you?
Yeah, we treat adolescents. A lot is from social media, body dysmorphia, eating disorders. These younger teenagers want to look like the models. But the funny part is the models don't even look like the models.
I know.
They use all the different filters and apps to make them look like the way they do, which is not real.
If you have ever seen some of them without makeup, you'd be like, I used to think you were gorgeous. And
I've seen some videos where they show the person looking as horrible as can be, and then they do their makeup, and they're drop dead gorgeous. And
exactly.
You're like, wow.
Why can't they do that for guys? I mean, you see this mug? Unfortunately, I'm stuck with it. Every time I look in the mirror, it's like, But I put that little gel to get rid of the luggage underneath my eyes. That's it, though. And, of course, I use shoe polish on my hair because I'd be white as a Q-tip.
So you're not posting Snapchat filter pictures on your
No,
Facebook?
I'm not, which I always find funny because in these dating apps, right, they put this, or in Facebook. I've met a few friends on Facebook, and then you meet them, you're like, oh, hey, how are you? And you're like, immediately. So I don't know, unless you're never planning to go out in public, keep doing what you're doing, everybody. Just filter yourself away.
Well, sometimes you can tell that someone has a filter on because they lose their nose. It kind of just blends into their face.
Is that what happens? Yeah. So when do you have time for anything? You run this clinic, you've got your kids, you're also an actress and a model. So when do you have time for anything else?
Probably Saturday night at like 10:05 p.m. I might have a free minute or two.
And you don't
but
watch TV, right?
No. I mean, sometimes I'll watch Netflix, but not all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your clinic, they have, talk to me about your CEO, Dr. What is his name?
Dr. Rodriguez.
Dr. Rodriguez. He's been around for what, 20 years in Delray Beach, something like that?
He's been there over 20 years. He's the CEO, medical director. He's licensed in mental health and addiction, and he runs every part of his center. He's involved in everything from treating patients to billing to marketing to everything. And with our PHP and IOP program, he's very involved. The clients meet with the doctor every day. He's constantly having meetings with the clinicians and everybody to make sure that every patient is getting the treatment that they need.
For anyone listening, what is the number to the clinic if they'd like to get more information about it?
For more information, you can call 561-465-6993. We can run your insurance. We can tell you what we offer. We can pretty much help you with anything you're struggling with. And if we can't, we'll point you in the right direction or refer you somewhere else.
Say the number again for, some people, they're writing and they're like, whoa, she said it too fast. What's the number?
It's 561-465-6993. You can also go to delraycenter.com. That's our website.
Yes, that's helpful. Mm-hmm. So there's two ways that you can deal with these issues. You can deal with it cognitively, but obviously if you have an imbalance, then you've got to deal with it from a chemical standpoint, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we offer medication management, MAT. We also do the TMS therapy, which is
what?
Transmagnetic stimulation. It's magnetic stimulation in your brain. So it basically wakes up part of your brain, stimulates it. So in major depressive disorder, that part of your brain kind of goes to sleep or is a little inactive. And with the TMS therapy, it stimulates it. It helps you develop new neural pathways.
So you can scan and see if there's a change of color or something that says, this is a problem area in the brain. Let's deal with it that way. Is that kind of what it does?
So we have a QEEG brain mapping. It can see what part of the brain is overacting or underacting, which helps Dr. Rodriguez to tailor the TMS therapy to the best part of your brain that needs the help. Mm-hmm.
What about if someone just, I just want to talk to someone. I just kind of want to chat with someone, because it's true. It's not like you're going to post it on, some people post it on Facebook that they shouldn't, but they want to speak privately with someone. You can't go to your friends or your family. Do you offer just talk therapy and counseling?
We do. We have a whole building that is counseling, where all the therapists are trained in DBT therapy. We also offer EMDR. So basically, you would do an evaluation with one of the doctors and let them know that you were interested in counseling, and they'll set you up an appointment with one of the therapists. And you can just do you can do couples counseling, individual counseling, family counseling, pretty much whatever. And it's telehealth and in person.
We've been friends on Facebook for, 4 or 5 months before I finally talked her into coming in. I thought you were very interesting in all the things you do. One of our conversations was how you do something crazy or different, and it just changes. Like, you could be in a bad mood, and you tell them to do something silly, like either touch their nose or what was it that you were talking about that just changes their frame of mind immediately. And it's those kind of techniques that help people with anger, anxiety. Can you remember what we had that discussion last time? What is that called?
So that's the DBT skills. DBT is dialectical behavioral therapy, and the therapists offer different skills. So, for instance, if you're angry and you can't calm yourself down, one of the skills is to go into your freezer, get an ice pack, and put it on your forehead. And
that's what it was. That's right.
That chills you out. And try it. I'm serious. Try it. I've tried it. It works.
You know why I think it works? Because you're no longer thinking about what made you upset. It's like okay, let me get an ice pack from the freezer, put it on my forehead, and you might say, well, this is kind of stupid or funny, but you're no longer thinking about being angry.
Yeah. And
Okay.
DBT skills allows you to have a skill set to help yourself. So when you're not in the therapist's office or you're not in touch with your therapist and something does happen, you know how to calm yourself down or to make yourself happy or correct the situation that might put you in some kind of crisis.
It takes work, like diet and exercise. I know we've had many conversations on it. It does take work. I don't think it naturally happens. You have to. It's kind of like being happy. I believe that happiness is not a destination but a choice. So if we decide to be happy internally, the outside takes care of itself. It's not just a come online. I'm living it and breathing it the last couple of months. I know I don't have a 10-year history, but I've slipped in and out of this reality from time to time, and that's why I wrote this book. This book talks about techniques that I've used personally. Not all of us had a great childhood. Let's get the obvious out of the way. Do you know many people that, oh man, my childhood was great? I can probably count them on one hand. People that I've met that said, wow, my childhood was unbelievable. So our choice is to overcome those things, and learned behaviors are tough. When people are confused, their first reaction is to get angry a lot of times,
And angry stems from hurt.
which stems from disappointment or unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
Comparing ourselves to other people. What's hilarious is everyone wants to be the top. I want to be the top 5%. Well, what about the other 95? They don't count? Losers. No. There can only be so many on top, so many in the bottom, and the rest of us, I don't consider myself on top. I was a lot smarter years ago before I partook in so many things. The middle people is what, like almost like the middle class. Mm-hmm. We matter. We count. We shouldn't try and always think that if we're not on top that we failed. I don't know where that came from.
I think it's all perspective. I mean, what is failure?
That's a good question. What is failure? Failure to me is finding out how something didn't work, so now I have an opportunity to find another way that could possibly work. I deal with failure all the time, and I'm not just talking about my dating life.
Yeah, but is it failure if you found something that didn't work and then you figured out a way to make it work? Then it's not really failure.
Right, correct. Let's change the word failure to rejection. I deal with rejection every day because I manage money for a living. I'm out prospecting. So no, it's not something that shakes me up. Most entrepreneurs, rejection means nothing to us. It's something, it's almost like when you get knocked down, as long as you get up, you don't lose. You haven't failed. It's when you quit. That's when it matters.
Don't they have a thing in marketing called overcoming rejection?
Yes, they do. I think I wrote a few books on that too, because it's true. Most, if you're marketing and in business, you probably wind up with about 10% of the people that you actually speak to that become clients. It's just a natural, unless you're selling something that's unethical or too good to be true, that's probably a good percentage. I'm a musician. I used to play in some famous bands years ago, and that plus $5 would get me a cup of coffee at Starbucks. No one cares what I did 30 years ago. Where am I right now? I have many great musician friends, and you want to talk about a tough road, dealing with rejection every day. Musicians, folks, you think that they're just having a good time and oh, yeah, they can't do it. No, it's their passion. It's what they're going after. Talk about dealing with rejection. You may play a song and someone just doesn't like it. I know so many musicians that, compared to them, I have no skill sets. They're that good. And they struggle with that reality. But you know what? As long as they still love what they do, it doesn't matter how much money they make. They're doing what they want to do in life. And I know that old saying, oh, just do what you love, you'll never work a day in life. Well, I love pizza and chicken wings. I can't make a living doing that. So it's kind of, maybe love yourself and how you are, and then everything else will come into play. I don't know.
Maybe like a Duffy's commercial.
Duffy's
You eat
what?
chicken wings and get paid for it, and
Would they pay me to eat chicken wings?
on one of their commercials.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, I got to do the commercial, and I don't know. Don't they want young people to do that stuff?
No, have you watched TV lately? There's all
No,
ages.
I haven't.
There's all ages. They have movies and commercials with.
Well, you would know you're in there. I mean, so listen, we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a lot of work as an actress, and you're not always making money, are you?
No, not
But
all the time.
But you love it, right?
Yes, it's my passion. I enjoy it's art to me. It's
Yes.
creating something, and I enjoy it. And there's a lot of independent directors in this area, and some of them pay good, some of them don't.
Okay.
But I'm doing what I want to do, and even if I'm doing it for free, I'm still doing it.
I really enjoy this podcast. I love having guests like you. I've had, I think I'm up to about 60 episodes, and you can catch the podcast on Amazon, Spotify, Apple, any place where they have podcasts. I have a YouTube channel as well, Denny Artachi Show. I love doing it with Marla, but she's not always available. Marla Brodsky, as you've seen her, when we do the show, it's, this week with Denny and Marla, or Marla and Denny, excuse me.
So Marla's going to be listening to this.
I hope so. I miss you,
See,
Marla.
You should have been here.
I know. Well, Marla bought another house, her third house. So her and John have been getting acclimated on that, and I think that's why I haven't heard from her. But whenever we do a show together, it's just so much fun. And, I'm doing this because I love doing it, and I want to put out some good messages. Hopefully all 12 of my listeners can, put the word out there.
I don't know. I've seen your listeners. There's thousands.
Well, maybe on the podcast, but I've got to get them on the YouTube channel.
So what's
some people
the name of your YouTube channel?
Denny Artachi Show.
You heard that? Follow him on YouTube.
Yeah, follow me, folks, when you absolutely have nothing else better to do, okay? And, I'll stimulate, or my guests will stimulate you. But I like to have different guests. I've had some cancer survivors here. I had one guest who, also a model, she literally died and came back to life.
Oh, my gosh.
She woke up in the hospital, and her family's just looking at her like, oh, she's here. So I do finances. Obviously, people know, and I should promote Artachi Financial Group. I manage money for a living. I've got a lot of great partners. I'm still playing music. You should come to the show next Friday.
Where is it at?
Terra Firmata. I have a Santana tribute band.
In Stewart.
In Stewart. I know, you're in Boca. That's just, you'll have to Uber or get a designated driver. But you don't really drink, right?
No.
Okay. It's almost 2 months since my last drop here. I'm doing an experiment.
Mm-hmm. So what's the experiment?
Well, the experiment is, hey, Denny, don't drink or do anything crazy for about a year, and let's start documenting how your life has changed. One thing that I did notice is I've gotten better shape. I've lost weight. I'm sleeping better. I have clarity. Now, I always joke, and it's not a joke. I don't believe I'm an alcoholic, but I've played one in real life many times. There's plenty of times that I could just have one or two, but then there were too many times that I turned into, I don't know, Joe Biden after too many drinks. And I'm not, I make fun of both Biden and Trump, trust me. I'm not trying to bash anyone. But the whole point is, what I want to do with my life and the path that I'm on is just kind of getting in the way. That's all. I'm not saying for anyone out there to don't drink or I'm anti. You asked me a question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing what's happening. So let me tell you what has happened. Everything exponentially has been amazing.
Right.
My business, my personal life, my music. I'm playing with more consistency. It's funny how you don't think about it. Well, yeah, let me just have, 2 or 3 drinks, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Well, alcohol is a depressant.
Yes.
And it makes you tired and it brings you down and you think you feel better and you're happier, but
yes,
it's really the opposite.
It is the opposite. So I'm experimenting with it. I'm really liking it. let's see. First of all, I'm very pleased that it hasn't been that difficult. I wasn't like, oh my God.
Well, in the beginning, it wasn't difficult.
No, not really. It was just a transition because socially, you're people are like, well, why aren't you drinking? And because I don't want to. Yeah, but why not? Because I don't want to.
Right.
Yeah, but why not? Okay, Biff, let me explain it to you. I'm lighter, I'm feeling better, and I don't get angry as easily until you started asking me those stupid questions. See, I feel like having a drink now.
Well,
No,
I feel like if you talk to a lot of people that stopped drinking, so I stopped drinking and I'm not in sobriety. I don't have addiction issues.
Correct, yes.
I just felt that alcohol dehydrated me. So when I would go to Muay Thai and stuff like that, I would feel like, where now I have more energy. I'm more hydrated all the time.
Bingo, right. You know what? Since I stopped drinking, you know what I'm drinking? I'm drinking like a gallon of water every day. Gee, that's terrible for you, folks. Don't ever do that. Your liver will hate you. Your body will hate you. All right, I'm being sarcastic. So you substitute what's there.
Mm-hmm. But I do understand the social part of it because I have been out at bars and people ask me if I would like a drink. and I say, yes, please. And they say, what can I get you? And I say, I would love a bottled water or a Saratoga. And
they're like, what the hell's wrong with this
guys
girl?
Are like, I don't want to buy you a water. I want to buy you alcohol.
Yeah, I want to get you drunk so I can take advantage of you. Or you can find me more interesting.
Well, they didn't say that, but they didn't want to get me water either.
You know, I get better looking when people drink. It's the truth. You know, I just don't feel better when I drink. That's all.
I feel like I dance better when I don't drink.
But when you drink, you don't care how you dance.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the difference. Wait, our producer's coming in. Did we go over? Did it stop?
You're fine. I'm just going to pause and switch batteries real quick.
All right, we're going to pause real quickly here because apparently the battery's on vacation.
Is it on?
Yeah.
All right, so September had an idea. She thinks I should do all podcasts, including my guitar and a song. What the hell? So I'm going to do a song. I may go to, I may do the Memphis thing again if I can win locally. So this is one song I wrote called Two for the Blues. This is an original song. You ready? I'm just going to strum a little bit. Blue, blues, two for the blues. Blues, blues, two for the blues. Well, I asked my pretty baby, what you doing today? She said, I want to go out to play. I want to play me some blues. That's what I want to do. Well, I ain't got no pain, ain't got no blues I want to pay. Hey, pretty baby, now I hear what you say. Blues so good, I want to go out and play. Go on, play me some blues. That's what I want to do. 'Cause I ain't got no pain, ain't got no bills I want to pay. You know why? I got the blues, two for the blues. I got the blues, two for the blue. Here I go now. They're gonna play me some blues. What I wanna do. We know I ain't got no pain, ain't got no blues I wanna pay.
Yay! That was awesome!
Tip jar, folks, tip jar.
Yes!
Listen, I've enjoyed having you as a guest. I hope some people, tell them the number again about the clinic in Delray, yes?
It's Delray Center for Healing, 561-465-6993. That's actually my work cell. You can call or text, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
So I'm going to offer, and I said this to you, I want to meet the doctor.
Yes.
I'll go play in your clinic, all right,
Okay.
for your clients and everything. I'll even do some speaking because I am a public speaker. I talk about financial literacy, and I also want to talk about my book, Thoughts to Live By, and the goal is to try and help people as I've been helping myself. You know,
Where can you pick that up at?
it's on sale on Amazon. I haven't put any of the others as of yet, but I'm hoping that it reaches people. Again, the original manuscript I wrote years ago, and I kind of shelved it, so I redid it, and I can tell you that I've had people read this, and it's really helped their lives. Some people actually were contemplating suicide. This is why part of the reason having on the show, besides that you're such a cool, fun person.
Thanks.
And mental health is just out of control. And what I think it is people are just losing faith. They don't think things can get better. They don't think they can do better. And they do reach out for alcohol or some other ways to temporarily feel better. It's a short-term solution, and it's not really a solution. You think you're happy, but you're not. I lost another great friend this Sunday, Monday. I don't know what they're doing to our food, but so many friends I've lost to cancer. We had a couple of friends that committed suicide in the blues world that we thought they were okay. They never got help. And that's got to be terrible. Anyone listening out there, there's always a solution to every problem. I get it if you're diagnosed with cancer or something debilitating, but I have friends that are actually successfully dealing with that. So unless you're in excruciating pain, like watching the news for 8 hours a day, get help. There's no shame. Go to the clinic. Read a good book. I really believe if more people ate better, exercised, worked on their thought processes, and stay away from negative people. Misery loves company. Don't be the company. Go find people who like life, who enjoy life. They're out there. You just have to look. Change your circle of friends. And unfortunately, like with young people, the media and social media, the news, they're all bummers. They never say, hey, we're glad you tuned in. We've got great news we want to tell you about. I'd love for them to have one network that does that, but they don't.
You should start one.
Maybe we could. Maybe we should. We're going to end it at that, folks. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and week. Thanks for listening to the Denny Artachi Show. I hope that Marla comes back next week. You two would be great together. But if I get Marla, she's like a relationship therapist. She's going to want to know all about your dating life and why you're not, why you're single. And you've told me a couple of stories that I don't think you want to share in public because, some of what's out there is interesting. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, the Denny Artachi Show, and I hope to see you next time. All right?